Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I want to talk about when I went to the great worship house for the great might and met Ninjor. So you made it to the great house, and you made it for the great might. Well, I don't really, yeah, I did go through all the stuff to get to the the great house for the great might. And I always want to know, so why is it that why is it that Bandai made your doll and then Hasbro made your doll, but they never made Dulcea's doll? Oh, I don't know why they never made Dulcea's doll. Dulcea's always been angry at me over years for getting a doll by Bandai and a doll from Hasbro, but never ever her never made a doll. That's sad. But they did make this little pull up, car, the sheet of her that you could get, which someone threw away many years ago. Yeah. So, you want the great might? No. I mean, no, I don't. Well, first off, thanks for coming, Den. You know, I don't really think I can give the great might to you. Well, am I not worthy enough? I mean, that's funny. You wouldn't have come here if God and Jesus did not think you were worthy enough to have the great might, which I lord over and keep watch over in the behalf of God and Jesus and Michael. Well, so Ninja, a lot of folks might scave you and say that you took the stead of Dulcea, which was in the first Might Keepers film, which was filmed earlier that year. Yeah, I didn't take Dulcea stead because I wanted to take Dulcea stead. It just happened. See, they made the film. They were filming over in Anland. Then it went over a bit, so they started filming the third following of the show. And then, well, they wanted to put Dulcea in it, but then either out of an income hang up, or filming hang up, or some kind of hang up that happened, they just said, fuck it. They offshooted me from whatever over team show that they were fostering and borrowing the things from at that time, and said, bring him in. But here, and a lot of folks like to scab me for not being as earnest as Dulcea. But I have a belief if Dulcea was offshooted into the show, all the binds and hang ups she would have been in and all the things she would have said, I would have said too. Well, was there a big unlikeness between her strength that she gave them and the strength that you gave them? It all comes from God and Jesus. Dulcea and I just, keep watch over it in their behalf. So really it's God and Jesus who give it out to folks. And the big unlikeness is there's not really a big unlikeness um except keep in mind in the film they had to go and do all this fighting until God and Jesus would see them worthy and they would get their great might at the end, where in the third following it was broken into mini flights. So there was going there, meeting me, getting the might, beating the first fiend, whatever that was, or it was a Rita Roboto, and then fighting the other fiend that they would send after that. So yeah, I think Dulcea does need to have a doll made by Hasbro. Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't. You want to have the great might now? Yeah. Well, I can also tell you that you have seen yourself worthy by God and Jesus, and you can now have the great might now. Whew, I got that? Yeah, you did. Now, if you forgive me, I gotta go back to sleep in that can that I was in. Because unlike Dulcea, which she walked around on that world all the time but couldn't go anywhere beyond it, or she would start yearing and dying. I don't really seem to have that kind of hang up. Yeah. Anyway, nice talking to you, Ninjor. Yeah, now you got the great might now. You want to put me back in that jar where that bowl I was, I mean, that can I was in? Well, how did you get in that can? I do not know. Yeah, and a lot of folks don't know where Ninja went after the third following. He was like gone, never talked about ever again. Not by Siobhan, not by Disney, not by Siobhan, not by Hasbro. Yes, he does offshoot into the drawing books, which Marvel and Hamilton would get the rights to back in the day, and also later on with you know Dynamite and DC, which they both would get the rights from Hasbro get the rights from Siobhan and Hasbro to continue on making the drawing books or the funny books. But but he would never know where he'd ever go. He never comes up again, never talked about again. And yeah, why does Dulcea not get a doll, but Ninja does? I could Bandai didn't make one, but whatever Bandai's forgiveness is, I don't know. But Hasbro, you need to get it in. You need to have a Dulcea doll. That needs to happen, folks. We need to have a Dulcea doll so we can have Dulcea right beside Ninjor. Anyway, it is what it is. If you like this film, follow me over here at the Jordan Long Show. Watch the last one I made yesterday over here. I, Jordan Long, and I'll see you later. Bye.